There's a saying that says you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And also in Proverbs 23 verse 7, it says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So that's saying that your heart has a mind of its own. And as you think about who you are in your heart, you become that person externally. So your internal reflection of yourself becomes your external projection of what people see. That's interesting. That your subconscious thinking can become the pioneer to where you're going. But that becomes a problem when your heart and your mind are no longer in congruence and they're on two different frequencies. So the heart wants one thing and the mind wants another. That's why in Jeremiah 17:9 it says the heart is deceitful above all things. And then it says it's desperately wicked. Who can know it? So people are like, when I hear the saying, just believe in your heart, just what does your heart say? I run from that because my heart is desperately wicked. It's always trying to do something terrible. Someone can say, I love crack. That does not mean that crack is good for you because you love it. So this creates heart attacks and mind attacks because we're split within what we want in our direction of who we love, what we do in life, what we say, and it's just complicated within ourselves. My heart has got me in situations that my mind had to pay for. My heart has got me in trouble and my mind had to pay the bill. And I know that there are many of you who feel the same way. So if you find yourself in a situation where you seem to attract the same person in different people, it's probably because you're saying what you want, but your thinking has not changed. You're saying, I want to be here, but your thinking still lives here. And what you're getting is how you feel about yourself. That is what is subconsciously drawing to you. So one part of your mind is sending out invitations that the other part of your conscious mind was not aware of. So this is where you have to sit down and think. I was reading a book called How Successful People Think by John Maxwell. And in the book, they interviewed the CEO of Chick-fil-A. And what he says is every 2 weeks, he spends half of a day thinking. Yeah, no, not on Facebook, not on Instagram, not watching the news, but literally just sitting and thinking. Because he says, I'm so easily distracted that sitting and thinking keeps the main thing the main thing. So let me help you. One step to knowing who you are and knowing where you want to go is one, know who you are. Ask yourself some questions. Know your destiny. Are you dating for identity or are you dating for destiny? People that don't know who they are looking for someone to validate them because they don't know how to validate themselves. So one, you have to spend time with yourself to really begin to understand who you are. Two, what do you want? Have you spent enough time with you to know that? Not knowing what you want is like going to a grocery store hungry. It's a terrible decision. You throw anything in the cart. And so when you're hungry or thirsty for affection, you just start grabbing anybody, anything. Anybody can say hello. Anybody has access to you because you really don't know who you are. You really don't know what you want. And so you just put stuff in there. And how did this dude or how did this female get an opportunity to be with you? Because you don't know what you want. There's a saying that I want to read to you. It says this: be alone, eat alone, take yourself on dates, sleep alone. In the midst of this, you will learn about yourself. You will grow. You will figure out what inspires you. You will curate your own dreams, your own beliefs, your own stunning clarity. And when you do meet the person who makes your cells dance, you will be sure of it because you are sure of yourself. This particular quote is by Bianca Sparacino from her book, Seeds Planted in Concrete. Good title. The last part is, what is your why? What is your why? Your why is your passion. Do you know what you're passionate about? Because your passion finds your purpose, and your purpose reveals your personality. Passion plus purpose equals personality, and personality is a derivative of the word person. It's not love that finds your mate. It's passion. It's purpose. I've met a lot of people who love someone but are not passionate with something together. And they become torn because, yeah, I love this person, but that person clicks into a higher sense of who I am. So it's important to get busy doing what God has created you to do. Get passionate, get alone, do your thing, find your purpose, love what you do, love your life, know who you are, be whole. Don't reach from a place of brokenness, but reach from a place of wholeness. Because when you reach from a place of brokenness, brokenness begets brokenness, but wholeness begets wholeness. And if you're looking to be a wife, the Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. I know people say that so easily, but you have to already be a wife. You can't be getting ready to be a wife. And let me tell you something. A wedding ring does not make you a wife. I'm going to say that again. A wedding ring does not make you a wife. That may promote you to a legal wife position, but being a wife is a mentality. Being a husband is a mentality. You have to practice being a husband when you have nobody. Because if you don't know how to be a husband without nobody, then when you get a wife, you'll still be acting like a single man. And that's a topic for another day. So I say all of this to say this. Who are you? If you don't know, spend time with you. Introduce yourself to you. Know who you are. Know what you want. And know what your why is. And you'll stop attracting those people that have nothing to do with your destiny. And one last saying that I want to say is this. When you heal those parts of you that are broken, you stop attracting the people that you once needed to heal them. Listen, as always, I hope you enjoyed that episode. The intimacy shout out of the week is my brother. He is a guy that I connected with, and when we first began to talk, there was an instant bond. This brother is so prolific. I known him through the poetry realm in Pittsburgh, and you will see him with different poetry events, shutting it down. He is that dude, truly. And he's also a great speaker, and he's an excellent man. Intimacy shout out is none other than Jay Oriola. Listen, this guy can be seen in so many different locations, and every time he speaks with such wisdom and such power and such authority. He's a great man, and he has a new book that came out recently called Thorns and Thistles, which is available. You can go to Amazon and purchase that. A fantastic read. And you can also find him on Facebook as well to follow some of his poetry. He has events always coming up, and you will definitely be blessed by it. So shout out to my brother. Love you, man. As always, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to tag, share, and subscribe. This is Intimacy. Intimacy with yourself, intimacy with God, and intimacy with the one you love. So, as a shout out to the Black Panther, I'm going to end like this. Shalom.